Packing for an international flight can be overwhelming, especially if it's going to be your first time leaving the country. So today, I'm going to give you some much needed tips for packing for an international flight. I'm going to show you the best way to pack your suitcase, what items you should and should not pack in each luggage type, and the best way to save space overall. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
So let me start out by saying that when packing for a flight, you may not realize that some of the items that you want to take with you will not be allowed through airport security. This is because there are different rules for the items you can pack in each luggage type. And if you're a new traveler, this can be confusing and frustrating. So I'm going to briefly give you an overview of what types of things you should pack in each bag. There are three types of luggage you can bring: a carry-on, a personal item bag, and a check bag. So let's start out with the first tip, with the carry-on and personal item bag. In either of these luggage types, you should pack any documents that you'll need for your trip, such as passports, visas, and any reservation information. Also, pack any electronics, clothes for 1 or 2 days, just in case your checked luggage gets lost, chargers, power banks, toiletries, jewelry, and medicine in your carry-on or personal item bag. In your checked luggage, you should pack extra pairs of shoes, all of your other clothing, liquids over 3.4 ounces, any sharp items, and anything else that doesn't fit in your carry-on or personal item bag. If you want to know more details about what you can and cannot pack in each luggage type, I do have a full video that goes into much greater detail, and you can find that video linked in the video description. When it comes time to actually start packing your suitcase, start by packing your documents first, since this will be the most important thing for you to pack, as you won't be able to go anywhere without them. Put all of your documents and printouts in a folder and stash them in an easily accessible place. A good choice would be your carry-on, backpack, or duffel bag, depending on your choice of hand luggage. The next packing tip I have for you is to utilize packing cubes. They're a great way to organize your items and save a little bit on space. I usually divide the cubes by their contents. One way to do this is to use a packing cube that is just for electronics, another for chargers and smaller items, and one for shoes. Or you can divide them by clothing types, one for pants, one for shirts, and another for socks and underwear. Whichever the case, they're a great way to help you stay organized. But if you're using packing cubes, pack them full. This results in fewer wrinkles in your clothes. Also, pack in a way that your items are easy to pull out. Before you start packing, roll and fold your clothes. For easier packing, I always roll my t-shirts, pants, jeans, shorts, and underwear. This saves a lot of space, and usually the items don't get that wrinkled if you do it correctly. Other than rolling, I fold my shirts and other things that need to be wrinkle-free. If you're using packing cubes, fold them in the exact size of the largest cubes, which will help when you're packing it. My next tip for you is to fill your shoes with socks and underwear. Not only does this save space, but your shoes won't get squashed after unpacking. If packing without cubes, start packing with shoes and larger items. Ideally, you want to place your shoes and heavier items down at the bottom of the case, because this will result in a better balanced suitcase and will be less likely to tip over. Next, you want to fill the gaps with smaller items. When you're finished with the larger items like shoes, jackets, jeans, hoodies, and a toiletry bag, fill the gaps with socks, underwear, and t-shirts. If you're going to be using a carry-on and a suitcase, never pack valuables in your checked suitcase. Items packed in your checked luggage could get lost or stolen, and most of the time, airlines don't cover electronics, valuables, fragile items, and jewelry. If you have no other choice, purchase separate travel insurance for the contents of your checked bag. Pack fragile items and liquids carefully. If you can pack them in your carry-on, that would be the best place to keep them, but if you have to pack them in your checked luggage, then here are a couple of tips for you to consider. 1. If the fragile item has an empty pocket, like in glasses and mugs, stuff it with soft items like socks, t-shirts, or bubble wrap. 2. If it's a really fragile item like a wine glass, then be sure to keep it in its original packaging like cardboard, plastic, or a wooden box. You also want to make sure you pack fragile items at least 2 inches apart from each other to avoid them colliding together and breaking. 3. You want to make sure you pack your fragile items as far away from the walls of your suitcase and that your suitcase is densely packed so that nothing moves when your luggage is tossed around by the baggage handlers. If you're going to be packing anything sharp like knives, you're not going to be able to carry knives in your carry-on. Instead, you'll need to pack it in your checked luggage. If you plan on bringing back any souvenirs from your trip, make sure you leave some room in your luggage to be able to pack those items. One of the most underutilized items in your suitcase are the straps. A lot of people find them annoying and useless, but there are actually some benefits to using them. For 1, it helps prevent your clothes from falling out of your suitcase when you open it, and 2, if you tighten them, your clothes won't be all over the suitcase and you'll have fewer wrinkles because there will be less movement. Next, you should weigh your bag and make sure it's not overweight. Most of the time, the airline staff will let you pass with a few extra pounds. However, sometimes they will not. So to be safe, you should always follow the weight limit for the airline you'll be flying with. Now that you have your suitcase packed up and ready to go, here are some helpful tips for you to do before you head to the airport. Tip number 1, make your suitcase easily visible. Adding some stickers, luggage straps, or other colorful elements will do 2 things to help you while traveling. First, your suitcase will be easily identifiable on the conveyor belt. Second, if your luggage does get lost, you can better describe your suitcase to the airline staff, which will increase the chances of them finding it. Tip number 2, recheck to see if your documents and valuables are packed in your carry-on. Checked suitcases can easily be lost or stolen. You don't want to lose your documents while abroad. Tip number 3, consider purchasing insurance for your checked suitcase. Airlines reimburse only small amounts for lost suitcases as they value everything as used, even if it's brand new. Tip number 4, if you find out that your luggage is above the weight limit, start by removing clothes. 80% of your suitcase is easily taken up by clothes. Most of the time, you're taking too much. Consider packing for a week and washing your clothes after 7 days. Tip number 5, add luggage tags to your suitcase. Using luggage tags dramatically increases the chances of your suitcase being found in case it gets lost. Write your email address, the initial of your first name and last name, as you don't want everyone to see all your information. You could also use air tags or something similar to it. If you're not familiar with air tags, you could place one of these devices in your luggage and use your phone to help locate your luggage in case it ends up getting lost. Tip number 6, if you decide you want to lock your suitcase, use only TSA approved locks. Some beginners might not know this, but everything that you lock in your luggage has to be locked with TSA approved locks. So whether you're locking the suitcase itself or a box of valuables inside, the TSA locks will allow the TSA agents easy access inside your luggage. Otherwise, they're authorized to break the lock and you could end up with a broken suitcase. Tip number 7, if you're worried about your checked suitcase being damaged, use a luggage cover. This protective cover helps with keeping your suitcase looking brand new. In some third world countries, baggage handlers can be really rough in your suitcase, so protecting it could be a smart move. A cheaper DIY temporary solution would be to cover it with a plastic film. And let me know if you have any questions that I can help answer by posting them in the comment section of this video. And be sure to check out the next video in this series where I'll be sharing some important tips about handling money and credit cards while on your next international trip. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.